Alright, so here it is, your Hawks video. Before we start, I thank you guys so much for 50 subscribers. I know it's not a big number to most people, but it means so much to me. I love you guys so much, but here's your long-awaited Hawks video, because all I've been doing is like Deku and Bakugo and Hiroshima, so here's someone a bit older. Someone asked for Aizawa, so I started writing one, and I love that man. But again, a couple things to say. If you haven't seen my last video, then please go check it out, because it's just me talking about abuse for a couple of minutes, because that is literally in most of my videos. But sorry if you hear any background noise. Again, my family is awake, so I apologize for that. Thank you guys so much for 50 subscribers, but if someone is hurting you, or if you have been hurt and you didn't tell anyone and you just want to talk, I'm always here. I link my social media down in the description below, and I can't even think of one of you guys getting hurt, and all I talk about is, sorry, give me a sec. I just can't stand the thought of one of you guys getting hurt and me not being there for you, or you not having anyone, because if you need someone, I'm always here. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going to abandon you because I don't know how you feel. I'll try to understand, and I swear that we'll talk about it, and you don't have to get over it. You don't have to be upset with yourself because you can't get over it. Something terrible happened to you that never should have happened, and I take ankles if anyone's ankles need to be took. But one more thing, I want a harem. I want one. I don't know what else to say, but I kind of look like a fucking rat, so that's probably not gonna happen. But whatever, let's get started with this Hawks X Abuse listener. Hawks' POV. It was around 3 in the morning. They called me into patrol. They said that villain activity had been high, so they called me in. Well, asked me to come in. I didn't really have to, but I couldn't sleep, so I decided to. I was sitting on top of a building, and then I saw something suspicious. I saw someone walking in a black hoodie, and they looked like they were about to go into an alleyway, so I decided to follow them. I got off the building quiet enough to where they didn't hear me, and I silently walked towards them. They turned into an alleyway. Your POV. You thought to yourself, who the hell is this person following me? Oh my fucking god, someone should kill me. You took in a deep breath as you walked into the alleyway. You hid behind something when you got to the alleyway to see who was following you. Hawks' POV. I walked into the alleyway to see no one was there. I was confused, and then I was pushed against the wall into a position where I couldn't move. Why the hell are you following me? They said to me. I was confused. What are you doing? I said back. What the hell are you doing? You're the one following me. They said to me. They let go of me. I was surprised. Why the hell are you following me? Answer or I will fucking kick your ass, they said to me. I'm a pro hero and you just look suspicious. I squeaked out. Wasn't sure what to say, but they were scary. Your POV. Once you heard that he was a pro hero, and you did look a little suspicious, you would admit that. You just let out a breath. You took off your hood. I'm not suspicious, I'm just going to my studio, you stated. would you like to follow me to make sure I'm not doing any illegal activity? You said with a scoff. Yes, I would. You weren't expecting him to say yes, but you just said whatever. Whatever, let's go. You started walking, him following close behind you. The back entrance of your store was at the end of the alleyway, so you walked there, getting out your keys and unlocking it. Hawks' POV. I was confused on where we were going. She could just be kidnapping me, but whatever. To make sure she's not suspicious, even though she's fucking gorgeous, not the point. Get this thoughts out of your head, Hawks. What the hell? She's a possible threat. Hawks, I thought to myself. She began to unlock a door. I was confused. And then when she opened the door, I followed her in. She shut the door and turned on the lights. It was an art studio. There were paintings, canvases, drapes on the floor. This is where I was going. I didn't mean to be suspicious. It was cold and then you heard it. The yelling out from the alleyway. Oi, YN, where the fuck are you? You realized the voice from anywhere. It was your boyfriend. Your eyes widened as you grabbed Hawks and pushed him into a closet. Don't come out. You then shut the doors and quickly took off your jacket and sat down, acting like you were doing something. Then your boyfriend busted into your studio. You slightly jumped at the noise. Where the fuck have you been, you damn slut? He yelled at you. You tensed up. Hawks' POV. I saw a man walk in, and then he immediately started yelling at her and calling her vulgar names. I was surprised, and I didn't know who this man was. And then I saw him hit her. I was about to leave the closet, and then she gave me this, and then she looked at the closet, as if she was silently telling me not to come out. I took out my phone and took a video for the cops for when I did come out. I knew they would need proof, or there wouldn't be much for the case. He began to hit her and beat her. She begged him to stop, and then he started going too far. He started to take off her clothes. She was crying and screaming for him to stop. Please stop, I don't want this. Please, just stop. You cried out, and then Hawks bursted out of the closet. You were topless, crying, tears in your eyes, bruises, and your mouth was bloody. Who the fuck are you? Hawks then punched your boyfriend, knocking him out. You quickly collected yourself. Why did you come out of the closet? What the hell's wrong with you? I told you to stay in there. You began to yell at him. Calm down, he simply said to you. Your eyes are filled with tears. I'm fine. I don't need any help. It's nothing I'm not used to. You simply stated as you buttoned up your shirt, looking at your boyfriend that was on the floor. Who is he? Hawk said to you. No one important, just get out. You stated, I'm not leaving you in this situation. Get out. You could feel yourself about to have a panic attack. Just get out. Just make it stop. Make it stop. You fell to your knees, your hands shaking. Please, I don't want to be in this situation anymore. I need to. You hugged yourself, still shaking. Then you felt a hand on your shoulder, which made you jump. Just get out. What do you want? Just leave me alone. I don't need your fucking pity. You said, having a hard time breathing. Hey. It will be okay. How can you say that it will be okay? He fucking abuses me and rapes me almost every damn night, and you expect it to be okay? How is it ever gonna be okay? He's the last. You broke down in more tears. You crying harder. You then felt the pro hero pull you into a hug. You cried into his chest. It's never gonna be okay. Hawk said, little did you know that this pro hero had already called the police. They arrived. Hawk showed them the video. You were still a bit shaken up, but you were just sitting there sketching. You didn't want to move, you were scared, and you didn't want to talk to anyone. They asked you to come back to the hospital for an examination, but you didn't answer them. You couldn't move, you didn't want to stop sketching. You were scared and terrified. You continued to draw. Hawk's POV. She looked very shaken up. She looked like she was still trying to process everything that happened. They asked her to come back to the hospital for an examination, but I showed them the video, and the cops said they would start building their case. Your boyfriend was detained. He had woken up by this point and put in the back of a cop car. I walked over to her, and I sat in front of her still sketching, tears falling down her cheeks. She was shaking still. I wasn't sure what to do. I didn't know how to help. Do you have any family? I said in the softest tone I could manage to her. No, no, they're gone, she simply stated. What do you mean they're gone? They were murdered when I was younger. I lived with my aunt for a while when in high school, but she used to hit me, so I left. She said she had finally calmed down and stopped crying, but she wouldn't stop sketching. Do y'all hear how loud my motherfucking family is right now? Like, why don't you just get like a bed? Sorry. Hawks' POV. I thought to myself how she had been through this before. I wasn't sure. I didn't remember my family from when I was younger. If you read the manga, you know what I'm talking about. If not, then just ignore this. I didn't remember my family much from when I was younger, considering everything that had happened with them. You were still sitting there a bit shaken up. You had finally stopped sketching. You were taking in a couple of deep breaths as you looked into the Afro hero's eyes. You didn't get a good look at him yet, but his eyes were beautiful, golden brown. Golden brown eyes. You sat there and stared at him for a moment before shaking your head. Sorry, it's just, your eyes are really pretty, you said. You were getting sleepy, and all you wanted to do was pass out. You had narcolepsy, which is a sleeping disorder that you can pass out at any moment. And you're always exhausted. You stood up and fell to the floor. Hawks' POV. She looked like she was tired. When she stood up, she had fell to the floor. I quickly caught her. I was a bit shocked, but it looked like she was just sleeping. I didn't know what to do for a moment, then I figured I would take her back to my apartment, since I didn't know where she lived. So I did that. I locked up her studio, not looking at a couple of her drawings and seeing what she sketched before she had left. It was me. She had drawn me in her state of panic. I was shocked. It was so amazing. I didn't know how someone could have this much talent. I grabbed a sketchbook and a couple of her pencils, just in case she needed to calm down again. It seemed like sketching had helped. I then took her keys, locked up the studio, and turned off the lights. I then flew her to my apartment. Once we had got there, I laid her in the bed, and I figured I would take the couch for the night. But in her sleep, she had pulled me onto the bed with her. Damn, she's strong, I whispered to myself. I wasn't sure. She was clinging on to me, and I knew if I moved, she would wake up. So I stayed like that. Her in my chest as we fell asleep. Your POV. You had opened your eyes slightly, and you were confused. This wasn't your apartment. You had looked down, and you wondered when you had changed your sheets you looked down and saw yellow. You were wondering when you had changed your sheets. Then you realized that your pillow was the pro hero from last night. You recalled all the events from last night. You thought you must have had a narcoleptic episode. You yawned. You yawned as you stood up, careful not to wake him. You figured you would make him breakfast as a thank you. You walked out of the room and found his kitchen. Once you had gotten there, you looked in his fridge to see chicken. Lots of chicken. You weren't sure what to make, but you found eggs, pancakes, and a waffle maker. So you figured you would make chicken and waffles with eggs. It was easy, and you knew how to cook. Hawks' POV. I woke up to smell chicken. I smelled chicken and I quickly woke up. I woke up to not find the girl, not remembering much from last night. But once I recalled the events, I was confused on why she was not there anymore. I walked out of my apartment. I walked out of my room to find her in the kitchen making. I wasn't sure what she was making. I watched her for a minute, and then I realized it was chicken and waffles. My wings ruffled, and she must have heard, because she looked at me. Nope, birds do that when they're excited. And why do you have so much chicken? Isn't that technically cannibalism? She said to me with a smirk. Then I'm a good fucking cannibal because them bitches are good, I responded. She chuckled as she handed me a plate of chicken and waffles with a side of eggs. I was happy. She then handed me butter and syrup. I had never had chicken and waffles. I didn't know what to make for breakfast with chicken, so I normally just got coffee on my way to work. But I had called in today, since they made me patrol at 3. Since I was made to patrol at 3 in the morning last night, knowing my sidekick could have done it, but that wasn't important. She sat down across from me, and we sat down across from each other and thanked for the food. I then took out my chopsticks and I began to eat. This is amazing, I said as I took another bite of my waffle. Your POV. You eat like a fucking pig. You may be a chicken, but you eat like a pig, you said to him as you popped a piece of waffle in your mouth. Hey, that's mean. I didn't leave you at your studio last night to sleep, did I? If you did, it wouldn't be very heroic of you said with a laugh. You both laughed for a moment as you looked at each other. So, what do you do for a living? He said to you. I'm a firefighter. Then what's with the art studio? it was my mom's, but I go there to think and to draw. I make art for people if they want it. You stated with a laugh. You're a really good drawer. You drawed me last night in your state of panic. You looked at him and blinked a couple times. You didn't remember that. We're not gonna talk about that, you simply stated, as you went back to eating. Your phone then began to ring. You looked at it to see your boss. You picked up the phone and yawned. What's up? 44th Street. 44th Street. There's a huge fire. We need you here now. On it. I'm on my way. I'm on my way, you stated, as you hung up the phone, and you then began. Sorry, I have to go. It's work. Is everything alright? Fire. They need me. You said as you. I'll fly you, he simply said to you. What? It will be faster. Come on. Okay. He picked you up bridal style, and then you then both flew to the destination. He put you down, which it was a lot more faster. You saw your team, and you quickly ran over to them. What's the source of the fire? You simply stated as you began to suit up. Not sure. It looks like a regular kitchen fire. But that's all we think. It doesn't seem like any villains attacked. Alright. After you had gotten done doing your heroic deeds, you didn't realize that Hawks was still there. You were helping a little boy right now. You were currently helping a little boy. You chuckled as you booped him on the nose, and then Hawks came up behind you. Is that your boyfriend? He said to you. You turned around to see Hawks. You're still here? And no, he's not my boyfriend. Yes, I'm her boyfriend, he said to you. You looked at him shocked. We met last night, and, you're not my boyfriend, you said. We met last night, but you are very pretty, so can I take you on a date? He said back. No, you may not. I'm going home, you simply stated. I'll follow you. Stalker. I guess so. You rolled your eyes. You can take me out for coffee, but we're not dating. You must impress me to do that, you said as you bit your lip and got in the fire truck. I'll see you later, Hawks. Your number? He yelled at you. You have my sketchbook. My number's in there. And you kind of know where I work now, so I don't think you really need it, you said as you drove off. Hawks' baby. That woman is a mystery to me. Okay guys, that's it. I would do more, but my foot's kind of asleep and I can't feel my hip. So, again, thank you so much for 50 subscribers, and I want a harem. I want one. I wish I wasn't ugly so I could have a harem. Y'all, I want to be simped over. Is that a crime? I want a harem. Now I'm gonna go cry about the fact that I don't have a harem, and I don't know, listen to some Shawn Mendes. Ooh. I love you guys so much. Also, please remember that the description is down below, and if you ever need to talk, I'm always here, I promise. Again, if you need something, I'm here. And just leave me a comment down below saying hi or hello. Thank you so much for 50 subscribers. Let me know if you want a special or something. Like, I don't know what you guys want, but let me know what you guys want. And I love you guys so much. That's it, I think. I respond to all my comments too, so bye.